Welcome to my channel. I am Aleph0, and for today's video I'm going to create a bot to soft reset for the gift Pokemon in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. To create this bot, I'm going to use some functions that I already programmed before for other bots. So to start, I am going to copy this script that I already have to soft reset for the Wynaut egg in Lava Ridge Town. And I am just going to remove everything that I don't need for this new bot. So this should be enough for the code. Here what I have is just a code to detect and count the emulators that I have on the screen. Then to click the taskbar on the computer to go outside of all of the emulators so they don't desynchronize. And a while loop that will continue until the bot finds a shiny Pokemon. So the bot starts by pressing A up until the point where the character is on the screen facing front, at which point I know that all of the emulators are already on this point of the game. So let me write here char front. So you can see this code. This code is just to press a single button until an object appears on the screen for all of the emulators. I am using multiple emulators for this bot to speed up the process, and also in the emulators I have active the speed up function in order to speed up the process even more. And since I am going to use this bot for several other instances where I receive a gift Pokemon, then I'm going to introduce the position of the character as an input for the function. So let me change the name for this variable as charPos. And in this case, the character position is going to be the position where the character starts at the beginning of the process. And also I have to consider the position of the NPC character because I have to press the direction of the NPC character to talk to it and receive the gift Pokemon. So for that I have this other function which press a button once again, but instead of waiting for an object, it waits for the object to disappear. So the bot functions like this. It's going to press the A button until the character is facing front, and then it's going to press the direction of the NPC character until the player character is no longer facing that direction. So then I know that the player character is facing to the NPC that is going to give us the gift Pokemon. So once again, I'm going to define the direction of the NPC character as an input for the function. So in this case, it's for the button that I'm pressing, which is left. So I'm going to use here a variable named NPCDir and give that as an input for the function. And of course, this should be necessary inputs, so let me delete the default option. So I'm going to add those options when I use the function. Also, let me change the name of the function so it don't get confused with the other function that I have. So now I am going to add two more button presses. The first one is going to be pressing the button A once again, but up until the point where the character has already talked to the NPC, which is when this blue text box appears on the screen. I already have the vector defining this object on the screen. Here is this variable called dialog box. So I'm going to use this variable to identify this object on the screen. So here, once again, I'm going to press the A button until the dialog box appears on the screen. And after that, of course, I'm going to change to the B button until the dialog box disappears from the screen. So now, the bot is going to press the B button until the dialog box disappears from the screen, which is when I already received the gift Pokémon. So from there, I have to press Start to open the menu, then go to the Pokémon menu, and then check if the cast form is shiny or not. If it is not shiny, then I'm going to soft reset the game. And if it is actually shiny, then I'm going to stop the bot. So the code that does that is this part. So I already have this. So I only need to program up until the point where I open the menu and I can check whether the cast form is shiny or not. Well, actually this bot is going to work for any gift Pokemon, so I don't need to check specifically for the cast form, only for whether the Pokemon is shiny or not. So now to open the menu and select the option of Pokemon, I'm going to use the same functions once again. So to open the menu, all I need to do is to press the button Start until the menu is open. So this menu. And how do I know that the menu is open? I can use the color of the frame of the menu to check whether or not the menu has opened. So to identify whether or not an object is on the screen, what I use is just a single pixel of this image. And to get that pixel with the color and position, I use this function that I already have to read the color of the pixels and the position on the screen. So I execute this function and it gives me the relative position of the pixels with respect to the position of the emulator on the screen. So I don't need to worry where is the emulator in the screen. So I'm going to read any of the pixels corresponding to the menu, and with that I'm going to save that vector into a variable. And I'm going to use this variable to open the menu with the function that I have. So the function is going to press the button Start until the menu is opened in all of the emulators. However, sometimes the emulators have a delay, so here I'm going to add a timeout to wait before checking if the menu has already opened. I believe 0.2 seconds should be enough. So once again, to go to the Pokemon menu, I'm going to press the button down until this small red box is on the position of the Pokemon option. So to that, I'm going to record that color as well. I'm going to use the right side of the box and record this in a variable. And now I'm going to tell to this function to press the button down until the Pokemon menu is selected. Once again, here I add a delay to prevent the emulators from desynchronizing. And from here, all that is left is pressing A once to open this other menu. So once again, I'm going to record a specific color for this menu, which is going to be the green color that we are seeing here. And I'm going to tell to this function to press the button A up until this object appears on the screen. And for this one, I'm going to use a higher delay because this menu actually takes a longer time than just opening the menu or moving the selection on the menu. So since this one has a little bit of lag, it can cause me troubles in the code. So that's why I am adding a higher delay. And from here, if I already have the cast form, what I am going to do is move to the right up until the cast form is selected. And from here, I'm going to press the A button once again, only once, to check whether the cast form is shiny or not. So to move to the right, I don't need to worry about pressing the button multiple times because I cannot move further by pressing the right button once again. So I am stuck in this position. So here I can just use the vanilla function for button execute. So from here I'm going to press the right button until the cast form is selected in all of the emulators. And I know that the cast form is selected because of this red frame. So once again, I'm going to record that color. And I'm going to tell to the function to press right until this object is active on the screen. And from there, all that is left is to press the A button once. Well, actually twice. I have to press the A button twice until it reaches this menu. So I'm going to tell to the program to press the A button once again until this Pokemon info menu is open. So once again, I'm going to record this pixel. It can be any of these pixels on the screen. And I'm going to tell this program to press the A button until this menu is opened. So to not overshoot in this case, I'm going to use again a delay of 0.5 seconds. And with that, this should be enough for the bot because I already have this that shiny checks for the Pokemon. And to shiny check for the gift Pokemons, I don't actually need the color of the Pokemon because as you can see here, when I have a shiny Pokemon, this white background is a little bit brighter than when the Pokemon is not shiny. So I can use this white background to check whether the Pokemon is shiny or not. So I'm going to read this color of the non-shiny background and tell the program to soft reset when this background is not of this specific color. As you can see here, when the Pokemon is shiny, the background is of a different color of white. So when it finds this color for the background of all of the emulators, this means that none of the Pokemon are shiny. So I can soft reset to try once again. So I'm going to tell to my program to soft reset when it finds this color for the background of all of the emulators. And with that, it should be enough for the program to work. So let me test the program to see if it works properly. So I am going to soft reset here. And the program starts working from the main screen of the game. And I execute this code from this other file in Python. So here remember that I have to add as inputs the position that my character is facing, which in this case is called char front in my Python variables, and the direction of the NPC, which is the button that I am going to start pressing after I enter the game, which in this case is left. So let me compile the program to see if it works properly. Okay, I forgot to remove this line of code, which opens all of my other emulators to try all of them at once. But right now, I just want to try this one game to check if the program works properly. So as you can see here, the program works. It is now self-resetting until it finds a shiny Pokemon. And of course, this program is made to work with several emulators at once. So let me open another 2 emulators to show you that the program actually works with several emulators. So now I have 3 games open. So if I compile my code once again, it is going to find 3 emulators, as you can see here, and is going to self-reset in all of them until it finds a shiny Pokemon in any of the emulators. I hope you like this video, and if you want to see how I make bots for the rest of the shiny Pokemons on the game, you can subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for future videos.